Om Shanti. So today we will understand soul consciousness, although we understand because we have discussed it very often. Today Baba says, forget your body, become soul conscious. Yes. Now, yesterday also Baba said, make effort to be soul conscious. And you see, even this idea of being soul conscious is very new to the world. So, nobody in the world talks about soul consciousness. In fact, nobody in the world, rarely people in the world even talk about consciousness. So, even this concept of consciousness or this knowledge of consciousness is very rare in the world. And then the knowledge of the soul is equally rare. And then soul consciousness put together is like it doesn't exist in the world. So today we will understand a little about this. Now Baba says, become soul conscious. Now what is consciousness? So we always operate from some awareness of who we are. Yes, always when we are coming into action, there is some awareness of who we are as we perform our roles. So that awareness of who you are is your consciousness. Okay, now, and according to your consciousness, so the soul is here, and then there are the three organs of the soul, the man, buddhi and sanskar. And your man, buddhi and sanskar behave according to your consciousness. So your idea of who you are dictates how your man, buddhi and sanskar behave. Let's take a very simple example. When your body was young and you were in the consciousness, I am a child, then you were aware of the children's world. So the world had everything. Yes, the world still had offices and machines and guns and everything was there in the world. And even the things that now you're so aware of existed at that time, but they never existed for you, because your world is determined by your consciousness. So your consciousness of who you are determines your awareness of the world. So, and Baba also today mentions that we do not see with the eyes, we see with the buddhi. Yes, and I always give this example in the course also, that right now at this moment there are hundreds of millions of events going on in the world. Yes, even 10 meters from you, there are thousands of things happening. And in all of that, your experience is only of that one thing or two things that you're focused on. And it doesn't even matter where you are sitting or what your physical reality is, because sometimes our experience is totally unrelated to the physical reality also. It depends on where your buddhi is, where your attention is. So we have to understand that our consciousness determines where our buddhi focuses, and our experiences are determined by what we focus our buddhi on. So the world, the existence of the world as we know, and the experience of the world that we think exists is all very, very subjective. And it all depends on your consciousness of who you are. And then there is the mind also. So the mind thinks as you are. So even when you focus on something, the way you perceive it. So one is what you focus on, and second thing is how you perceive it or what thoughts you create doesn't depend on the quality of the object of your perception. It depends on the quality of you. So if you are in the consciousness that I'm helpless, then you think that everything else is either giving me support or withdrawing support. Yes, and then if you are in the consciousness that I am the supporter, then you are always thinking about what support that particular person or event needs from you. So again, the way you think in a situation or your mind, how it behaves, is dependent totally on your consciousness. And then there is the sanskars. So according to how you define yourselves, your sanskars emerge. So every soul has every sanskar. So this whole spectrum of sanskars, from the noblest, the royalest, to the worst, they exist within us. But which one of our sanskar is active is again determined by our consciousness. So if I think that I am the child of God, I am able to access the most powerful sanskars. And if I am in the consciousness that I am a helpless victim in the world, then I access the weakest of sanskars. So everything basically depends, your whole the existence of the world for you, how your existence, how you see yourself, what you focus on, how you experience it, what thoughts you create, what sanskars you emerge, everything depends on your consciousness. And Baba says, now this is about consciousness, and then Baba says, be soul conscious. So when you're soul conscious, then the world is full of matter, but you will only see souls. And when you see something, you only see it through the lens of Gyan, because now we have spiritual knowledge. We have the knowledge of the soul and the knowledge of the journey of the soul and the knowledge of the supreme soul. And when we are soul conscious, we will always see Baba, because a soul knows that everything I need is going to come from Baba. So every soul knows where to focus. So when you know that everything you need is going to come from Baba, so you see but not see anyone or anything. You only see Baba, because you know that you are a soul and you need everything, and everything else around you will depend on your stage of completion. And your stage of completion depends on your relationship with Baba. So in soul consciousness, in a knowledgeful state, you will always see Baba. And there was this song, कौन कहता है खुदा नजर नहीं आता, जब खुदा दिखता है तो कोई और नहीं दिखता. And that is very true, because once you can see yourself, you can only see Baba. And you know that I am a soul, and everything that I want mended in the external world will happen only when I reform myself, and the only way I can fill myself up is through Baba. So you will always have Baba in your awareness, and this connection will start filling us from within. So this is what Baba says today. Forget the bodies, and then Baba says, you don't focus your attention on something that is so low frequency. So everything in the world is vibrating at a very low frequency. So every soul around you, every element of matter around you is very tamo pradhan. It doesn't have any power, strength, utility left in it, and it's disintegrating second by second. So if you can see the quality of the world, how it has become worse in 2 years, you can understand that the world around you is disintegrating second by second. So you don't want to attach to this disintegrating, this world which is under this force of disintegration. So Baba says, when your buddhi understands, when your buddhi is filled with this knowledge about the truth of the world, so the world is collapsing and your buddhi knows it, then your buddhi doesn't pay attention to what's collapsing. The buddhi pays attention to the one who is filling you up. So it all depends on what you hold in your awareness and what consciousness you are in. So your consciousness and your awareness is an aspect of the buddhi, and consciousness is a state of your spiritual stage. So these determine your experience of the world and how your man, buddhi and sanskar operate. So Baba says, be soul conscious and hold the knowledge that I give you in the buddhi. And when you hold that knowledge about how everything in the world is disintegrating, then your buddhi will stop you from attaching to anything in the world. And then Baba uses a very good expression. Baba says, you live in the world, but all your relationships are namesake. So, sometimes you use this word, they come to us, they talk to us, and they're dealing with us. But, I don't feel it's deep from the heart, it's namesake. So very superficially everything is happening. So Baba says, you operate with this world, you operate with souls, but let that be superficial, and your heart-to-heart connection should be with the one who is eternal. So this is something that we can achieve only when there is this deep realization in the buddhi about what is what. And you see, we have been in illusion for 2500 years. So it's not easy to just give up that illusion. And Baba is every day, but Baba's Murli, and when we sit in reflection of what Baba says, a bit of the illusion is going away. Bit by bit it goes away, and it takes time for this illusion to disappear and this clarity to again come back. But we have to keep doing it bit by bit. So this is something that Baba says today. And then Baba says something very interesting today. Baba says, let me read that out. Baba says, according to the drama, the points of knowledge are becoming deeper day by day. And so changes also take place in the pictures. Change also takes place in the intellects of you children. Previously, you didn't understand that Shiv Baba was a point. So when Shiv Baba came, in the beginning he didn't say I'm a point. Shiv Baba said I'm like your thumb. So I'm like this. I'm not I'm not Shankar Swarup. I'm more of a, I'm a kind of that shivling or that thumb kind of a thing. So Baba didn't bring us in the beginning itself to a point. Now Baba says, in the beginning you didn't understand that Shiv Baba was a point. You shouldn't ask why you were not told this earlier. The Father says, not everything can be explained in the beginning. The Father is the ocean of knowledge, and so He would continue to give knowledge. Corrections also continue to take place. He would not tell you everything in advance. In that case, it would seem artificial. If anything, now pay attention, Baba says, if anything happens suddenly, that can only be said to be in the drama. You cannot say this shouldn't happen, that Mama should have stayed till the end, so why did she go away? Whatever happens in the drama is right. Whatever Baba said, he said that according to the drama. Such is my part in the drama. Baba also leaves everything to the drama. People say it is the will of God, and God says it is the destiny of the drama. Whether God said something or this one said something, it was in the drama. If something wrong happens, that was also in the drama, and it will be put right again. Now we'll understand these sentences. Now you see that sometimes, we understand that Baba is the truth. And Baba tells us everything that's true. But then, truth is important when it is said at the right time. Okay? So when you say truth, or then truth also has its relevance when it's said at the right time. Now let's take an example. If somebody has a chronic ailment and he's about to die, yes, then do you go and tell them you're going to get well, or do you tell them you're going to die? Yes, so you say you're going to get well until they are going to die. Yes, until they are going to die, you tell you're going to get well. And then there's a point when you tell them you're going to die, so you prepare for dying. Yes, so that's how, there is a very good definition of wisdom that I've heard, and wisdom is doing the right thing at the right time. Wisdom is doing the right thing at the right time. And the timing is very important. And Baba says that there is a time for me to tell you everything, and there is a time for you to receive everything. Because even your buddhi is not prepared enough to receive everything always. And Baba gives knowledge in accurate timing. Yes, and let's take an example about Baba always said that there is going to be destruction. So when Baba came in 1936, he said that, we might not see another Deepavali, or he said that, the Vinash is coming very soon. Now it's 2021, and yet we can see the glimpses of destruction, but not destruction, right? So it might appear that what Baba said at that time was untrue. Yes, if somebody says that Baba said that You won't see next Deepavali, and then we have seen several Deepavalis after that. So Baba is the ocean of truth. And why did he not say the truth? Baba should have said that after 100 years there'll be destruction, not today. So why did Baba say that? So you see that those souls, the dadis and the senior brothers, who at that time heard those murlis and who believed that they are not going to see next Deepavali, they did the tapasya completely at that time, and they became the dadis because of that knowledge. And the yajna needed dadis. And if Baba had said that the destruction is not going to happen for another 100 years, then the dadis would have enjoyed their time and not done the tapasya. So Baba said what he needed to say at that time. And Baba says that I do everything accurately according to the drama. So there is a flow of destiny, and Baba says I go with that flow. It's not like I'm the ocean of truth, so I tell you everything all at once, and then you are not mature enough to handle that. So you see that Baba always said that destruction is going to happen tomorrow, but then those who understood in the beginning became dadis, those who understood a little later became didis, and those who are understanding now are understanding according to their merits, and now they are also becoming what they are destined to become. So Baba says that I always give the right thing at the right time. And you should never knack your brains and, ask why Baba did this or why Baba did that, because whatever Baba is doing is for the benefit. Baba is the ocean of knowledge. He knows what to say, when to say, how to say. And Baba is wise. He's the wisest. So he knows how to do the right thing at the right time. And Baba says that you should also, instead of asking questions about why, so we need to do two things. We need to be in sync with Srimad and in sync with the drama. So Baba says you follow Srimad completely, and even after following Srimad, if something doesn't happen as expected, understand that whatever happened after following Srimad is good. And whatever is happening is in the drama, and the drama is Kalyankari. So whatever is happening for the good, and you accept it and move with it. Try to see how you can operate with it. So Baba says, have full faith in Baba, have full faith in Srimad, and have full faith in drama. Don't ask why, what, when something happens. Don't ask why, what, if you don't understand what Baba is doing. If we could understand Baba totally, we could have become Baba. So we don't, it's okay if you don't understand why Baba is saying what he is saying. We don't need to understand. We just need to accept and do as he says. So Baba says, have full faith in Baba, have full faith in Srimad, have full faith in the drama. And don't ask why this happened, why you said this, why did you say this 10 years back, and why are you saying this now? Baba says, whenever I said whatever, it was relevant at that time. And you don't have to come up with the logic whether it was relevant or not. I know it was relevant, and you have to trust me for that. Yes, and one thing I have understood in this path is faith, faith in Baba, faith in Srimat, faith in the drama, um, kind of makes us get rid of wasteful thinking. So all this wasteful thinking about things that your intellect is not capable of understanding, and then coming to wrong conclusions and this and that. So faith eliminates all of that, and faith is a very integral part of this journey. So Baba says this today, and then Baba says, when you are climbing high, you sometimes get shaky. All of that is a storm of Maya. As long as Maya exists, sinful thoughts will definitely come. So Baba says, never never get into the ego that my stage has become so constant that no sinful thoughts will come to me. Baba says, the further up you go, the more shaky the ground gets. So Baba says, never have the ego that now I'm beyond influences or this or that. So always hold your ground. And how do you do that? So maintain your connection with Baba, Murli, Yog, the Brahmin life's discipline. They are very important because they are your source of strength. And as you go further, your disciplines have to get better, not casual. You don't have to get casual about them, because you must understand that in order to hold on to your ground, you will need power. So Baba says, and Maya will not leave you until, this Ravan Rajya finishes. So always know that Maya is just round the corner. Even if she has not visited you for 7 days, it doesn't mean she has forgotten how to do her job. She knows it very well. So as soon as you put your guard down, she'll come running. So you be on your toes. That's what Baba says. And never miss Amrit Vela. And you see Dadis. We've seen Dadis doing every tapasya until they leave the body. So, Dadi Janki used to read very, very diligently. Of course, the Murli she used to read, but even the books of the Yagya and Gyan Amrit and everything Dadi Janki used to read. And then Amrit Vela, they never miss, even if the body is going through so many karmic settlements, they pay so much attention to Amrit Vela because Dadis know these secrets and they have imbibed what Baba has said. And Baba says, as you go further, the things will become more and more shaky around you. So you have to ensure that your ground is solid. And you have to pay a lot of attention to your connection with Baba. And connection with Baba is through purity, Yog, Murli and Seva. So Baba says, pay attention to these 4 subjects always. And then Baba in the blessing today says, may you be generous-hearted and a great donor by being a bestower and donating at every second and in every thought. Baba says, you should be a giver in every second and in every thought. Okay? So every second we have to be a giver, and in every thought we have to be a giver. Now the important thing is your mind so much in your control that you can decide what you think every second? So, even it's not even a question of what you choose to think, but even being in a position where you can decide what to think. is a big position to be in. So every second and every thought, if you want to be a giver, then you have to be a self-sovereign. And let me tell you about time also. Time will only, time will be your friend if you have not wasted it. So, what is your relationship with time? If you have used your time to create good karma always, you have not wasted it, you have not used your time to create vikarma, then time will be your friend. And have you heard of these expressions that he was deceived by time, or the time ran too fast and they were left behind? So people, when they talk about time, they talk about time like it's something living. Yes, like you, it can deceive you and it can run faster than you, or sometimes people say time will take its revenge. So we talk about time in a very interesting manner always. And it's very true, because time is a very important energy, and if you have wasted it or you've used it to create negative karma, then time will not be with you. So your time will be wasted if you have wasted it in earlier days. So how you've used your time in the past will determine how you can use it, or what kind of time is available to you in the future. Yes, and you want to do something good, you don't have time. Yes, most people find themselves in this situation, that they don't have time to do anything good because in the past they have not used their time to do anything good. So time behaves in that manner. So you can only use every thought and every second to be a giver or to earn the punya karma if you have used every second and every thought in a worthwhile manner. So one must understand these laws. And I always mention in the class that good intention is important, but good intention without knowledge is not enough. Good intention is very important because intention determines the quality of the action. But good intention without the knowledge of karma is not enough. So we need to understand, if I waste time, if I waste my thought, if I am creating wasteful and negative thoughts, and then one fine morning I just want to, be a giver with time and thought, I cannot do that. And there are children who ask this question, so can I give sakash to my family member who is ill, or my children who are giving the exam, or these questions you ask, can we send good wishes and good vibrations? You can only send, so you cannot drink clean water out of a dirty glass, can you? So if the glass is dirty, the water is equally dirty. Now, if your mind is clean, if you have taken care to keep it clean, if you're taken care to use your time in a worthwhile way, only then can that time and your mind be used to give something good to somebody. Otherwise, you will want to give, but your capacity won't allow you. So, Baba says that we need to be a giver, because giving is receiving. If you are a giver, then you will always receive in return. But in order to be giver, you have to train yourself and fill yourself enough to be a giver. And you cannot give out of an empty box. So we have to take care to use our time and our thought in such a way. So first thing is, instead of focusing on donating, let me focus my every single time and every single second and thought in remembrance of Baba. So whenever your time and your mind is going to bodily beings, bring it to Baba. Remember Baba. Use your time and your thought in a worthwhile way. And then slowly, gradually, you will be in a place where you will have choice and freedom about what thoughts you want to create and how you want to use your time. And then you can be a giver every second. Okay, so we have to understand the spiritual laws very well and work around it. And then the slogan is, in order to claim full marks in every subject, imbibe the virtue of maturity. Now, what is maturity? So, in the meditation today, we were practicing that, this light of purity makes the flowers of virtues bloom. So maturity, sweetness, tolerance, all these are virtues, and the root of all virtues is purity. Let's understand that. And when there is purity, then you have the maturity to discern and decide what to do, how much to do. Yes, how to use your time, your thought, your energy. All this is maturity. How to see, how to behave, what decision to make. All this is maturity. Doing accurate karma, right thing at the right time is maturity. And this comes with purity. You must understand every virtue, the basis of every virtue is purity. So the more you stay soul conscious and in remembrance of Baba, drawing the light of purity, the more this flower of maturity will bloom. And then this maturity will enable you to get good marks in every subject. Because when you invest your energies right, you get the right thing out of that investment. So you have to invest right to get the right return. So that's maturity. Okay. So how much time to give to home and how much energy to invest where, and how do you divide your time between Gyan, Yog, Dharana, Seva. Everything is dependent on this ability of the buddhi to discern how to do, how much to do, what to do. And that is maturity. Om Shanti.